Elon Musk, the pioneer, writing the next chapter of human history. In 2002, a young internet tycoon named Elon Musk traveled to Russia for his Mars Oasis project, which aimed to send a small greenhouse to Mars. His goal was to purchase inexpensive, refurbished, intercontinental ballistic missiles. However, the Russian rocket designers dismissed the young American in a T-shirt, and the negotiations failed 3 times. On the flight back from Moscow, Musk was deep in thought. He began to jot down the costs of the raw materials needed to build a rocket on a blank napkin. The total cost he calculated was only 3% of the selling price of existing rockets. In that moment, he had a realization: we can build it ourselves. And so SpaceX was born. I think it is possible for ordinary people to choose to be extraordinary. This is his first principles thinking. It involves breaking down a problem into its fundamental elements and reconstructing it based on the laws of physics, not conventional wisdom. He abandoned the common belief that rockets are expensive, and instead asked the fundamental question: how much do the materials to build a rocket cost? Tesla was not just a company that made cool electric cars. Musk's vision was to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. Many scoffed at the possibility of electric cars succeeding, but he remained unshaken. In June 2014, Musk made a decision that stunned the world. He opened up all of Tesla's electric car patents for anyone to use for free. He wrote on his blog, "Tesla's true competition is not other electric car companies, but the vast flood of gasoline cars pouring out of factories every day." Before founding SpaceX, Elon Musk was not a rocket engineer. How did he manage to stand shoulder to shoulder with the world's top rocket experts? The answer was simple. He devoured university textbooks like Fundamentals of Rocket Propulsion and Aerospace Thermodynamics, making the knowledge completely his own. It is important to view knowledge as a semantic tree. Make sure you understand the fundamental principles, i.e. the trunk and big branches, before you get into the leaves/details. He absorbed and connected knowledge from various fields without boundaries, finding new solutions that no one had seen before. 2008 was the worst year for Musk. SpaceX's first rocket, the Falcon 1, failed in 3 consecutive launches, crashing into the Atlantic Ocean. At the same time, Tesla was on the brink of bankruptcy due to a severe financial crisis. He poured all his personal assets into the companies and was on the verge of losing everything. After the 3rd launch failure, the employees were devastated. But instead of despairing, Musk said, "I will never give up. Never." He prepared for the 4th launch with the last of his remaining funds. If it didn't succeed, both SpaceX and Tesla would be finished. If you're not failing, you are not innovating enough. The 3 explosions were a valuable learning process for the 4th success. On September 28, 2008, the Falcon 1 finally reached orbit, which led to a $1.2 billion contract with NASA. Most car manufacturers spend over 5 years developing a new model. However, Tesla's Cybertruck, unveiled in 2019, had a functional prototype completed in about 6 months. What was the secret to this incredible speed? Musk had an extreme aversion to bureaucracy and unnecessary meetings. He instructed his engineers to ignore any requirement that doesn't make common sense, and broke down barriers between departments to allow designers and engineers to communicate directly. Speed itself was a competitive advantage. What is his formula for making the impossible possible? He considers impossible to be something that hasn't been seriously attempted yet, and aims for the future of humanity, not personal success. He delves into what he doesn't know to become an expert, treats failure as a learning process, and prioritizes execution over ideation. This is the way of a pioneer writing the next chapter of human history.